Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to show you how we can add some full stack authentication using Next.js with NextAuth. We're going to be using Prisma on our backend, SQLite, although you can just add Postgres or something very easily if you rather. And what else we got? We got Tailwind in here, and TRPC is the other technology. Now we are going to do all of this bootstrapped with this T3 stack. So this is kind of making a lot of noise right now in the web dev community, and I think for pretty good reason. It's a very nice CLI tool that kind of gets you going with a bunch of different technologies that make it easy to develop full stack web applications. So I think we should just get going on this. For this video, we're going to add another form of authentication. So we're going to use Google Auth. It sets you up, I think, with Discord off using this stack right away. But we're going to use Google for this. So we'll get set up over here with our Google APIs. And then we will add that and show you how you can also add a custom authentication page for sign up and stuff. So that is what's going to happen in this video. Let's talk no more and jump right into this onwards. All right, so I'm going to open up a terminal and we're going to jump right into this here. So make sure you are in some folder you want, and we are just going to come. Oh, first of all, if you come to these docs are new and they're very thorough and very interesting. So create.t3.gg. You can come here, you can check out the documentation, everything like that. It'll run you through all of this stuff and each of the various technologies as well. So you got your Next, you got your TypeScript, TRPC, Prisma, NextAuth, Tailwind also. So that is all that, and they got some videos and stuff as well if you're more of a visual learner, that sort of thing. All right, so let's just copy this over here. We'll jump back into our iTerm right here. I'm in my desktop here, so wherever you want to save this project. We're going to paste this in, so npm create T3 app, and we're going to get the latest here. And we'll run this. We're going to say yes to this. And this will open up sort of a CLI tool for us here. We'll just say auth tut like this. And then it's going to ask you if you want to use JavaScript or TypeScript. It actually doesn't let you use JavaScript. If you check this here, wrong answer, using TypeScript instead. So it forces you into type safety, which is kind of the whole point of this T3 stack, I believe. So you got to select that. And then you can select each of these technologies using the spacebar. So you just hit that and it'll select it. We're going to go with all of these: Tailwind, TRPC, everything there. So we'll hit enter there. We don't need a git repo right now for this. And you want to run npm install. I'll say yes for that. All right, so let's cd into our project here. And then we are gonna set up our database. In order to do that with Prisma, you're gonna go npx and you'll say Prisma db push, and that will set that up. And this just sets up a SQLite database, like I said. Very easy to get started with that, but it's very trivial to switch over to Postgres, or I think they support several other databases, MySQL, and maybe even Mongo. Prisma, I believe, at this point supports that. All right, so now let's just run npm run dev, and see what we got. And it'll open it up at localhost 3000 here. We can go to that. And this is our basic setup. So we got our create T3 app. You can sign in here. If we click this, it's going to say sign in with Discord. Now, none of this is set up yet. So if we click this, nothing's going to happen. So instead of this, we're going to add Google here, allow you to do that. And then we'll actually add a kind of a custom sign-in page, I think, as well. Show you how we can do that. So let's go back over to our terminal here, and we can close this down, or we can leave this open. And we're just going to open this up in VS Code here. All right, so this is what the folder structure is going to look like when we open up our project. We got our Prisma folder. It's going to have our database and then our schema. So our schema right now is just set up with an account with a user here and a session. This is all Next Auth stuff that we need here. So that is our Prisma. We're not going to play with that at all, add any stuff to our database. We're just going to be updating our authentication. So that is Prisma. Then we have our source folder here. If we open this up, this is our Next.js stuff. So we got all our pages here. Right now, we just have our app.tsx right now. And this is going to be our kind of entry to our app. And this is some TRPC stuff right here. I haven't dove too much into TRPC, but it is a way you can call kind of backend functions from your front end directly, and makes those communicate very nicely. And it has several nice features where you can actually in your editor command click and go to the actual definition directly in the backend. You can rename things throughout the app very easily. Stuff like that I actually haven't looked into that much yet, but maybe future videos we'll go into some of that. Right now we're just going to focus mainly on the auth. We got our index right here. This is the page we showed over here. This is this page, and it's going to be kind of the home route right now, and just some markup right here like this. Now this includes our sign in and just sign in right now. So how it's going to work is you're going to sign in. Once you're signed in, it will show a sign out button, and you can either sign out here or sign in like this, and this will be this button here. So that is how that is going to work. So I don't think we'll go further into all of these various folders. We got our server over here. And all this, but we're not going to go into that too much right now. So I think the next thing we want to do is actually sign up for our Google Auth stuff. So let's come back over to Google here, and we're going to go to the Google Cloud API stuff right here. So this is the console.google.com and sign in. And once you do that, you're going to want to come over and create a new project. So if you have no project here, click on the link and sign up, say create new project, and you'll end up with something right here. All right, so once we are on this page, we want to come in and create some credentials. So we're going to click on this, and then the OAuth client ID right here. And this is going to take us to this page where we can select kind of the type of application we're going to be using this for. So it's a web app. We can name it whatever we want. We can just leave that for now. Actually, we'll just name it Auth. Let's keep the name the same. Okay, and then we're going to add some authorized JavaScript origin. So we're going to say add URI right here. And we are just going to be doing this in development right now. So if you were in production, you'd add whatever origin that you wanted to use. For us right now, we're just running on localhost 3000. So we're just going to add that. And then we also need to add the redirect URI right here. So let's come down here and say add this, and we're just going to paste this in. Now this is going to be our localhost API/auth/Google /callback rather /Google. So that is what we're going to add for that. So go ahead and create that. All right, and then you're going to want to copy over both of these. So I'm going to copy these over right here, and then I'm going to copy this over. Make sure we save both of those, and we can always come back and get this after. So go ahead and save, say okay to that. And now we have our OAuth created right here. So we can click into here and update things if we need to. So I think that should be it, unless I'm forgetting something. But for now, that is it for this. And now we can go and apply this stuff in our code. All right, so we have .env right here. If we go in here, you can see that it had this Discord client ID and secret. What we're gonna do is replace that with our Google client ID, as well as our Google client secret. So let's just change both of those, and we'll just change this to Google as well. So this is where we can paste in those two things we just copied over from the settings. So let's copy that over. And then our client secret again. Now again, don't show these things to anyone. I'm going to delete this project right away, so I'm not worried about it, but this should be obviously kept very secret. All right, so now there's one other thing in here. We're going to have this Next Auth secret, so we can comment that in. And what it says up here is you can run this OpenSSL command right here. So if we open up a terminal, we can actually run this, and this will give us a random generated secret. So if we just paste that in, it'll give us this random generated secret. We can copy that over and come in and paste that in here. All right, so that is it for our env. So this is taken care of, and we can close this up. All right, and then the next thing we're gonna wanna do is add this Google provider to our Next Auth here. So we can come into here. It's in our auth folder up here under our API folder. And right now we have this Discord provider, but we're not going to want to use that. So let's get rid of this here, and we'll just say Google provider. And then in here, we can keep the client ID, client secret, and then instead of Discord, we're just going to replace both of these with Google like we did in our env file. So we'll go like that. And then we got to make sure we bring this in. So we can come up top here. Instead of Discord provider, we can say Google. And that's going to come from our NextAuth providers. And we'll say Google like this. So we can go ahead and save that. Now you see we're getting some type errors here. So we have to actually bring this stuff in. So if we go to our schema here, .mjs right here, you can come in and you can see that we have this Discord client, and it's saying that's going to be returning a string. So again, just one more time, we got to replace this right here and here, and then we can go ahead and save this like that. And then if we come back over, our errors are taken care of like that. Okay, so that is looking good. So I think at this stage, that's good enough to try this stuff out. So let's come over to our app over here. We got this running, maybe give it a little refresh. And we can hit this sign in right here. And now you see we got this nice sign in with Google button, which is very nice. So we can hit that, and it's gonna ask us to sign in right here. And now you see that we are signed in. And it says hello from TRPC, and it tells you you're logged in as your name. And now you can see the secret message. Now again, that's coming from our index file. If we go back, that's coming from here in our index file, and it's going to tell you either if you're signed in or signed out, just like that. And that sign in and sign out method is just coming from NextAuth React right here. So that is pretty nice. Now, let's say we wanted to actually go ahead and create a kind of custom sign-in page. So in order to create kind of a custom sign-in page, we can come into our pages and we can say new file, and we'll just say sign-in.tsx like this. And we can just copy over everything from our index and just remove everything that we don't need. So we'll remove basically everything in here. We can get rid of all this. We don't need that in the head. We can get rid of this main here. We don't need this TRPC stuff. We can get rid of all of this. We'll leave the session stuff for now. And the next page, and we'll just rename this to sign in, just like that. And we'll just do an H1 right here, and we'll say sign in. Go ahead and save that. All right, so with this custom sign-in page we're gonna wanna come back to our Next Auth right here, and we can add something below this here, and that's gonna be here our pages. So we'll go like this, and this will be an object, and we'll just have one called sign in. And that will go to, we'll just say / sign in for now, and we can go ahead and save that. All right, and then we can head back to our sign in page here. Now, what we're going to have to do is pass in these various providers, so the Google provider, whatever it is, into our sign in props right here. So in order to do that with Next.js, we can go like this, and we can say export, and we'll say const, and we'll say get server-side props. And then inside here, we're just going to go const, and we'll say providers, and that's going to be equal to await providers like this. And then we're going to come in and we're going to return, and we'll say props, and that will be equal to providers like this. Now, because we're using TypeScript, we're going to want to type this, so we can bring in the get server side props here. And I don't know if that was brought in, so let's see, import that from Next. Go ahead and save that. I actually don't think we're going to be using this context. Oh, and this is actually, this will be get providers. And we can bring that in here. So go ahead and save that. And then we're going to come back up to the top right here, and we can bring this stuff in. And we will say here, destructure this, and say providers like this. And then inside here, we can just go providers for a little TypeScript. And I actually don't know what the type of this is, but we'll just say app props for now. And we can bring that in. We can bring that in up here, and we can get rid of next page here. And that looks good to me. All right, so let's actually go ahead and use this providers right now. All right, so below here, let's do a div like this. And then inside this div here, we're just gonna go object dot values, and then we're gonna pass in the providers here. Then from here, we're just gonna map over those, and we're gonna pass in the provider like that. Do an arrow function here, and then come inside of it. And in here, we're just gonna have a button. So we'll say button like that. And inside of this button, we're gonna have some text, and that text will just say sign, we'll say what? Sign in with Google. And then back this actual button, we're gonna have a few things. So we'll have a key, and that key will have a provider, and we'll say .id. And then we'll have just an on click here, and that on click right here. And in this on click, we'll open up some curly braces, and we'll just do an inline function like this. And we will say, use that sign in that comes from NextAuth. So we'll go sign in like this, and then we're going to pass in what we want to sign in with. So provider, provider dot ID. And then we're going to have a second argument here. So we're going to open up some braces. And here we can specify a callback ID. So once we're signed in, where are we going to want to redirect to? So let's say callback URL rather, not ID. And here we're just going to go open up some backticks like this, and we will go $, and we're just going to say window dot location dot origin like that. And that's just going to bring us to our home route right there. What are we missing right here? Oh, this needs to be in a, looks like we got some extra braces here. Go ahead, and it looks like we're missing this right here as well. Make sure your braces all match up. Go ahead and save that. All right, so we're mapping through the values of our provider, and then we're gonna pass in this ID here to our sign in function here. Now we're bringing in that sign in, we already bringing that out. We don't need this sign out right now or this session. So we can just go ahead and save that like there. This wants to be called a type also. There we go. Just get rid of that. And we're not using this next page. All right, clean that up a little bit. Okay. So we can actually get rid of that as well. We don't need that. Okay. So in theory here, we should be able to sign in with our custom button right here, and that should redirect us after to our callback URL like that. So let's check it out. We can come back over, let's sign out because we were signed in before. Come back and sign in here. Now you can see we have just our text right here. That is small. If we hit that, we can come over here and sign in. Oh, looks like we're not being redirected, so we did something wrong. But if we come back manually here to our home route, you can see we're signed in. So it is signing us in. our redirect doesn't seem to be working perfectly. So looks like this is that should be a lowercase b. So go ahead and save that callback URL like that. Hopefully that does it for us. Let's sign out again, and we're gonna sign in, come back over, sign in with Google, and we hit this, and boom, we're redirected back here and we are signed in. So that is how it works. Obviously, not the prettiest thing, but basically you could do anything you want with this. So it doesn't just have to be ugly like this. You can have your sign-in form, and you can add whatever other sign-in methods you want. Twitter, there's all the OAuth type stuff, as well as the ability to add an email and password, which maybe we'll do in another video because that could be interesting. All right, so that is it, I think, for this video. Check out the T3 stack if you are interested in any of this. Yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.